Welcome to another episode of Imperial Diecast, bringing you model car reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at the scale 134 Toyota Celica made by Kinsmart. So what you're looking at here is the 7th generation Toyota Celica, also referred to as the T230, and built between 1999 and 2006, after which it was replaced by the Scion TC. The 7th generation Toyota Celica is a 2+2 hatchback powered by a 1.8-liter 4-cylinder 16-valve engine with up to 192 horsepower that was co-developed with Yamaha. The 0 to 100 km/h time lies between 7 to 8 seconds, and the car's top speed is between 205 and 240 km/h depending on the model. The car's main competitor back in the day was the Honda Integra DC5, known in North America as the Acura RSX. What makes this car interesting to me is that this is actually the only Toyota in my collection, and therefore it's unique to me. When it comes to color, this particular model is available in a couple other colors. I believe most of them are just bland, single monotonous monocolor versions, and therefore I decided to buy this one instead. Usually I collect supercars and hypercars, and even luxury sedans. But the reason why I bought this car in particular is because, first of all, I don't have that many Japanese cars, and secondly, I really like the design, the livery of this car. It looks pretty cool. You can see that it says Celica and has the number 3, and several different colors on it, from red over yellow and blue. Let's take a closer look at the car. Looking at the car's front, one thing that you'll immediately be able to tell is the fact that the Toyota badge is actual metal rather than just a sticker, and not only that, but it's also made out of a shiny chrome-like material. You can see the Celica badge in the front instead of the license plate, and if we move closer to the headlights, this is probably one of the cool things about this car. You can see that these headlights are actually done very nicely in the sense that they do not have any black pegs. And for a model of this scale, which is 134, you'd expect something very basic, and yet here we are with the neon bulb and everything else in place. Looking good. We also have a hood scoop here, and this hood scoop actually goes all the way through. You have the number 3 adorning the hood, and we have a windshield made out of clear plastic. Looking at the side of the car, you can see the livery in all its glory. Now let's take a closer look at those 5-spoke rims. There are no brake discs and brake calipers because this is just a scale 134 Kinsmart. However, what I like about the rims is the fact that they're made out of chrome. The car also has rear quarter glass, which is something that Kinsmart needn't have to have included, and yet they did. Moving over to the back of the car, we come across the unfortunate fact that the taillights have pegs in them. However, that's the only disappointing thing here. We have another Toyota Celica logo where the license plate would be, as well as a embossed Celica logo right up on top of that. It says Toyota to the left. No rear diffuser or anything like that. The exhaust is just kept in black. However, we have this giant spoiler over here, which gives the whole car kind of a 90s racer look, illegal straight racing and all that. And another highlight of this model is not only the fact that the rear windshield has defroster lines on it, but also a rear windshield wiper. I mean, come on, how often is it that you see these on model cars? I think these are pretty rare. And on top of that, you also have the brake light. Now, if you look at the mirrors, you'll see that they don't have any kind of aluminum strip or reflective strip on them, so that's a disappointment. But this is Kinsmart, and I don't think any Kinsmart car comes with those. Looking at the car's interior, the first thing you'll notice is that the driver's side is on the right, because this is a Japanese car. And, of course, the interior is nothing to write home about. This is extremely basic, although I like the fact that they did paint the center console and the sat-nav and all that. A couple buttons painted as well, CD player. The steering wheel, however, is very basic. I mean, it looks extremely toyish, but on the Pro side they did put an instrument panel sticker, which I'll show you in a second when I go to the other side. So here we are at the driver's side, and you can see that the Steering wheel, the gear shifter, and everything is extremely basic. I mean, this is barely past toy car levels. However, the instrument panel and the color center console are something worth mentioning. And what's also worth mentioning is if you look at the back over here, you'll realize this is a 2+2 car after all. And on the rear seats, we have 3 suitcases. So Mr. Nakajima, or whoever is driving this car, was clearly on his way to the airport or somewhere. Anyway, that concludes the interior of this car. Nothing else to see here. There is no mirror right there. There's just like a form etched onto the windshield. And the doors are the only thing that opens on this car. However, it does have a pushback mechanism. The pushback mechanism works like this. Quick look at the bottom of the car reveals nothing special. It just says Toyota Celica, scale 134, made in China, and Kinsmart. We have a very rudimentary sketch of what the underside of the car would look like. No depth at all, but you have like the drive shaft and a couple of other details here. So the question then remains, is the car worth the money? Well, if you want to have a budget Toyota Celica that also looks cool because of the livery, and the fact is that I just paid like $6 or $7 for this car. You can probably get this for under 10 if you just look on the internet. I can therefore conclude that this car is definitely worth picking up if you're a fan of Japanese cars and you just want to have like a Toyota Celica, which has been discontinued after all, in your collection, and it does look cool. So, while the interior is nothing to write home about, the fact still remains that for a handful of bucks you get this nice livery, you get chrome wheels, you get nice headlights over there, you get a Toyota logo up at the front, as you can see right there, you get a pullback mechanism, you get opening doors, and so I will recommend this. This is Imperial Diecast signing out. Catch you later.